In this video, I'm shining a light on my YouTube workflow. I'm going to show you how I plan, shoot and edit these videos, and I'm also going to give you a few tips and tricks that will hopefully help you streamline your process, which will enable you to create more and regular content for your channel. So let's get into it. So every single Brooker Films YouTube video begins its life in this notepad. This is the Brooker Films YouTube video ideas list. And this notepad is basically just filled with pages and pages of different ideas for videos. So on this one specific page, for example, each individual line is an idea. So we've got the camera follows the movement effect. We've got how to make proxies, a sound bridge editing tip. We've got the difference between shooting music videos and documentaries. And there are just so many more pages. So I guess that brings up the question, how do I come up with videos? So firstly, I come up with a bunch of video ideas myself. So I figure out specific effects or workflows or techniques that I feel could be quite useful to you as the viewer. And I just share them, I create a video about them. And then in other instances, somebody might leave a comment on a video asking for a specific effect. So once I've gathered video ideas, I basically just make a plan of action for a day of filming. Now, YouTube unfortunately isn't full-time for me yet. I do still do other client projects on the side of YouTube, and that means I can't dedicate every single day to creating YouTube videos. So that means I plan, shoot and edit all of my videos in bulk. So I'll set aside a day for filming, and I'll film anywhere between 5 to 10 videos in that one day. So what I'll do a day or two before, I'll just go through the notepad, I'll find 5 or 10 different videos that I think could be interesting, and I try to create a different range of videos, everything from Premiere to After Effects, Photoshop, freelancing tips and more. And when it comes to filming, I just work through each individual video. Now there are so many creators on this platform that create scripts, they create shot lists, they create storyboards, and they put in a lot of planning and a lot of pre-production for their videos. But for this channel, all I have to reference is just the video title or just a specific effect or a name of something. I just have that one general idea and then I just improvise when I'm on camera. If there is a really cool effect that I want to create and I've never done it before, then a day or two before filming, I'll just go ahead and experiment and try and figure out how to do it and troubleshoot any errors. And that's generally all the pre-production that goes into these videos. So I just grab a topic, start filming, and I just say what comes to the top of my mind. This means there is a bit of stuttering, there's ums, ahs, there's pauses, and I just make sure I cut all of this out in the edit. So when it comes to the actual process of production, let me just quickly run you through my process on filming. So I have 2 cameras filming me for every video. I've got the Red Gemini on a wide angle lens for the main shots. That's the one I'm looking at now. And then this shot here is the second camera. This is a Sony FS7 and it's on a Canon 50mm 1.8mm lens to get this nice blurry background. And then plugged into this second camera here is the Shure SM7B microphone. This microphone is really awesome, and I did recently upgrade from this specific microphone. This is the Rode NTG2, and I had so many people commenting on this dead cat on the microphone. I used to have it propped up here, and this is how I recorded audio. So many people make comments about this, so I finally decided to upgrade, get rid of the Rode NTG2 with the dead cat and go for a Shure SM7B. Now, of course, when it comes to your own YouTube videos, you don't have to have any one of these microphones. You don't have to have this specific kit list. Any microphone is great as long as you get it as close to yourself as possible. There's no point using the microphone on the camera. You've got to get an external microphone and try to get it as close to yourself as possible. And then moving on from audio, you can see we've got the laptop set up here, and I do all of my editing on this laptop. This laptop isn't specifically for filming. This is what I do all of my projects on, so I'm very familiar with how I edit on this machine. Most of the effects are done in Premiere or After Effects or even Photoshop from time to time, and all of this is recorded using QuickTime. I just use the built-in screen recorder function with QuickTime, and that's good enough to do what I need to do for these tutorial videos. And then back here on the back wall, I've just got some cameras and drones as props. This camera here actually has a fun story. This was my first ever video camera. I got this when I was 13, I believe. I think it max shoots at 360p. So obviously I can't use that anymore, but it's a nice novelty to have there in the back of the shot. And then of course I've got my logo on an iPad, and then I've got these 4 strip lights. These are the Yongnuo YN360 strip lights. And then I've got a backlight all the way back up here, just adding a nice hair light. Talking about lighting as well, I've also got a nice softbox just above the camera, and that's what's given me this nice soft lighting on myself. Now, because I'm using a microphone, I've got 1 camera, 2 camera, I've got a screen recorder going on. There's a lot to sync up in the edit. So when I'm filming, I make sure that once everything is rolling, as soon as I press record on the screen recorder, I do a sync clap. So I just clap in front of my face, and that creates a sharp point on the waveform, which I can then sync everything to. So when I'm in the edit, I just look for that sharp spike in the audio waveform on camera 1, sync everything up to that, and then just put the screen recording up to that point, and then just wiggle it around a frame or two if it's a little bit out of sync. And that's really about it. So let's move on to editing. So I do all of my editing inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. I use the multicam editing function inside of Premiere to cut between the different angles and the screen recorder. And then once I've finished all of that, I just cut out all of the audio tracks that I don't need. And then I just add in my title card, which I create in After Effects. So I just dynamic link that from Premiere to After Effects, and then just drop in any transitions or lower thirds or astons into Premiere, and that's just going to add that extra information and that extra source of branding into the videos. And then once the entire video has been cut, I've dropped in the transitions, the intro, the lower thirds, everything's ready to go. I just balance the audio and then throw in some music. Now, music is always one of those topics that everybody talks about in the comment section below. It's probably one of the questions that I get asked the most. Where did you get your music from? Where can I download this from? And the answer is Epidemic Sound. Now, I've been paying for the personal plan on Epidemic Sound for the past 3 years. So 2018 I started, that's 3 years of videos. And in that time, I've done over 700 videos, and it's only cost me around £10 a month to get myself covered and use all of the music that I want across YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And that's been really awesome. But recently, Epidemic Sound launched a commercial plan, and that means you can download their music and use it in your client work. So that means if you've created a documentary, a promo video, an advert, you can download Epidemic's music and you can use that music in the client project. It doesn't have to be hosted on your channel, it can be on their platforms, and you just use a clearing invitation to clear that video from any copyright claims. It's really big news because it means that all of that awesome music that you know you can use on your YouTube videos, you can also use on your client work and any other project moving forward, and you're not going to have any issues with copyright. I mean, by this point, you probably already know Epidemic, you've probably already heard of it because so many creators, filmmakers, production companies, so many different creators are using Epidemic on their videos and their client work. But if you haven't signed up to Epidemic Sound yet and you're looking for music for your corporate videos or your YouTube videos, then just click the link and that will take you to Epidemic's page where you can go ahead and get a free trial. So once I've added in the music and balanced out all of the audio, I just work through each and every video, get them all to a point where they're ready for export, queue them up in Media Encoder, and just let them export overnight. Then all I have to do is I wake up in the morning, set them all to upload, add the thumbnails which I create in Adobe Photoshop using a template that I've made for myself, add in all of the title, description, keywords, everything else that I need, and I use TubeBuddy for this. Schedule this to upload in the next week or two, and then I'm good to go. I just work through the process on every single video, get them all scheduled to upload. I upload every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I just figure out when I'm uploading which video, and then I sit back and just let them all upload when they're ready. And there you go. Once the videos are online, there's not really a lot that I can do other than reply to comments and just start planning the next batch of videos. I'm always taking notes of potential videos and video ideas. I'm always trying to find really awesome techniques and effects that you can use for your videos. But generally, I only really film for this YouTube channel maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks if I was able to film a whole load of videos in that one go. And that's how I would recommend you run your YouTube channel. Now, if you're a news channel, then of course you're going to have to be creating daily content to stay relevant. But if you're creating content that can be filmed in one go, if you can create multiple videos in one go, then I would seriously recommend doing so because you're going to save yourself so much time when it comes to creating content, and you're always going to have a stream of content there for your audience. So there you go. That is how I make my videos. I take notes, I freestyle when I'm filming them, I get everything filmed on multiple cameras and audio, sync everything up in the edit, use some really cool editing effects to get this all edited, and just upload. Everything is done in batch, and that saves me the time and the hassle of having to film every single day. So there you go. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. Hopefully this was useful, and if you have any questions regarding my process or anything that you can do to streamline your process for creating videos, then just please leave a comment in that comment section below, and I promise I'll get back to you at some point. So thanks for watching this video, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. See you there.